and I'm going to just do a huge shout out here. Part of the reason we get to do that is because of XRP Las Vegas. Another part of
100%.
the right of XRP Las Vegas, right? The Kimes. I know Danielle's in the chat. I know Brad's probably sitting on the back porch playing a little drums with the headphones on because he just needs a break.
I was so bummed out. Did you know he played the drums at like probably that special party?
I did. I actually bumped into a gentleman at the airport. I saw his XRP hat that you got from Ripple if you went over there, and just shook his hand. And it was like, hey, nice hat. I shook his hand, and I asked him, I said, how did you enjoy the show? He goes, oh, it's great. It's my third year. Like, dude, that's literally what you want to hear. It's my third year. Right. And I'm like, and he goes, did you go to the party? I said, no, I went to another one. It was a meetup. I'm like, the host of the show that I'm on, she was going to be on a panel. Like, I had to show love there. Like, I literally had to.
I appreciate you coming to support me.
No, there was no way, dude. I would not. No way. If I would have missed that, I would not been happy with myself. So it was great to see you there doing it. But I'm like, so how was the after party since you went? He goes, I didn't know that Brad could play. I was so excited when I found out. He said this is a older gentleman. He had a nice, awesome tattoo on his forearm, but I would say he's probably in the retirement age, seasoned, if you will. And he's like, but he was just, it was like he had the face of someone that just went to their second rock concert. It was like, I just saw the Eagles play. I just saw Brad Kimes just rip it up and shred it up on the drums. Like it was. He goes, it was amazing. I'm like, that's what I hear. I hear he's a bad man on the drums, man. He's throwing the sticks around and doing things you didn't know was possible for a fellow Cryptopium on the drums, man. That was
it made him like 100 times cooler, didn't it?
When you see our other talents that come out, in this space, I know at the show, some of my talents got brought out, not really. Yep. Well, I chose to, like it. So willingly, right? But I would like a little different circumstances to show my skills. But nonetheless, man, that I heard that party was a real headbanger. I heard it was a real headbanger.
I have to tell. I was following Brad Kimes. So, okay, I've always been a little bit, a bit of a conspiracy theorist type person, researcher.
Wait, hold on. I got my, hold on. I got my foil hat.
Because I like to dip my toe.
You dip the toe.
I found Brad Kimes' show when he was talking. Not necessarily conspiracy theories, but he was like laying out some truths, right? And sure. I found him and CKJ right quick. And I used to listen to Brad Kimes' show before he was even really talking strong on XRP. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was in the beginning of him. And man, I even went back. I don't know. It's probably been a good 8 months, 9 months now. Thinking back and going back to like his old videos, because I really love to see how far people have come with their journey, and he's come a long way. I mean, he's a natural at his show and what he does. Jay too, like 68J, natural at doing a show. Very entertaining, and that's what you want, those guys. And then, to take it a step further and have the courage to throw a conference and not know whether anybody's going to show up or not, right? Because you're just a guy on the internet doing a show, and you got big hopes and dreams, but he was dipping his toe in
No, he was not dipping his toe. He's straight. He said, forget the toe. Yeah. Cannonball. That's what he did, dude. Like, let's not be coy here. But he teamed up with some swimming buddies.
He did.
Yeah.
But if you look at the support of the community, and then I guess it's people like us that are coming on and talking about how wonderful the vibe is. We were talking to Northern Living, and he was saying like how much he's come out of his shell since being part of the XRP community. I mean, that guy, he's so intelligent. He's so kind. Him and XRP Renegade, we got to meet them in person. XRP Renegade, I love that guy. He's usually in here in the chat. And, it's just really, really special to provide an environment where people can meet up and just feel like you're with family. You almost don't want to leave, It's like having to leave camp after a while.
I didn't have camp. That was not a thing. I'd always hear about people friends that would go to camp. So I never got that, but I'm getting it now. I'm getting it down in my later. We're
gonna have a camp. We're gonna make.
I know. Camp might be on the menu next year somewhere. Just saying. I have a question for you, and honestly, Crypto Tales, what's good? Nerdy in the house as well. What attracted you to Brad Keim's show?
What attracted me?
Yeah, what was the thing that was like?
First of all, I like his personality.
Okay.
He the thing that attracted me to his show was his energy, his not being perfect. He was just funny, giving his perspective on things, shouting out the shouting out and love that he gave to other people. I really saw as a sign of a good person. He didn't seem like he was trying to shill. In fact, I was listening to his show, and it's funny because you and I were really in Bitcoin, and we were going to Bitcoin Ben's conference and stuff, and we were hanging around all the Bitcoiners. Not one Bitcoiner knew about the Texas Blockchain Council. Not one. And I was going, and I was listening to Brad Keims, and I'm pretty sure it was Brad Keims that talked about Texas Blockchain Council. It was either him or it was I Told You So guy, who's a heavy XRP guy, which I apologize, I can't remember his name right now. But in any event, I heard about Texas Blockchain Council through XRP people, and then I was able to go. My friend Christine and I, Christine, we went to that as well, and we were the only ones besides the one guy that has the store, Crypto World. He went to Texas Blockchain Council, but we were the only three from our group that went to that or even knew about it. And it was the very first one. And so that tells me, XRP people are a little bit more well-rounded, or they were at that time. So some of the ones that I was following. And so, that was another thing that attracted me. What attracted you?
Honestly, what kept me coming back? His hook. His hook. His little intro that he had, dude. Yeah. I mean, like I would just put a smile on my face, and he'd always go, "Oh!" He'd always give the little teaser, da da da, going down, ba 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 ba, oh ho ho, roll that beautiful intro, right, and then it was the.
You always think about the roll that beautiful,
right? I always say, yeah,
roll that beautiful bead footage.
Come on in, and it was like I was like, oh, that's original. Yeah, like that's what got me. And so, I'm working the union job, right? And I would always come on the perfect time, like in the day where it's just like, dang, I still got 2 hours before like lunch, before my day ends. I'm working hard. I need something to listen to, and it was great because I used that channel, his channel, to expose other guys. I'm like, dude, listen to this dude. This dude's normal. He's normal. right?
He's an average guy.
It's like normal talk show. Like you turn on your favorite, AM, music station or your morning music station, and it's always talk in the morning, right? Talk in the mornings, right? That's literally what he did, but it was about XRP and crypto, and he would roll through the Twitter, now X, feed and just he took it from there, but it was the intro, dude. It's always the intro. It's in my head, like stuck. And it was fire. It just hooked me. And then like I was just hearing the matter of fact, or just these are my opinions. So this is where my thought is. And it was great because he clearly just like identified that. And that's for me, that's what makes
I respect that.
Yeah, I do too. But
right?
that's above. That's just above. That's what you should be doing, in my opinion, if you're broadcasting, right? And we're still working up to that, where we clearly, hey, this is my opinion. This is where I see it going.
We're working on it.
Right. We're doing it. So anyway, so that's what hooked me was Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Come on in. Come on in, Brad Kimes.
Absolutely fire.
Yeah. I mean, he's also the one, I will say, because when you listen to someone for a length of time, different folks, he is the one that talked about Uphold. He's the one that talked about I Trust Capital. And when I'm looking around, and when I even when I went to the Bitcoin conference, who did I see there? I Trust Capital. And so like I was trying to help Ryan. He has one of those old, like, I don't know. It's not a pension, but he worked for the state for a half a second, so he had a little chunk of money in there, and, trying to figure out where to roll it over into a qualified plan, for Bitcoin or other, now I think XRP, and I Trust Capital. Oh, his comments aren't coming through. Well, darn it, Brad Kimes. We should have Brad Kimes just come in. Come on in, Brad Kimes.
Yeah, right.
In here, Brad Kimes.
Dude, he probably can't talk. Dude, I mean, like, I couldn't believe it.
I know.
I was, by the way, Brad, thanks for the shout out. I really appreciate that.
Oh, it's so helpful. Nice
I had the Quincy Jones effect for about 30 seconds because you did that. That was actually pretty cool. I'm like, the first thought that ran through my head was like, I'm so glad I did a good picture.